Hello, my friends. Welcome in. I thought it was appropriate to do a bit of a channel miniature update. You know me. This isn't probably going to be miniature. You've already seen the timestamp. Um, I don't know. My posting of or uploading or going publishing, I guess is the correct term. Videos has been inconsistent lately, and I feel like I owed you an explanation. Um, Long story short, life is hard, man. You know? Um so there's nothing really specific going on. I've just been kind of really down lately. I've had some health stuff going on. I've got to get back to exercising. I'm trying to spend more time outdoors in the evenings because during the day it is unbelievably hot here. And it's kind of inconvenient to go get really unbelievably hot and then come back to sit at my desk to do my actual job. And there's the next two episodes of Reggio Audace, which I really want to show. Windows Update put out an update, and my recording software, OBS, decided to stop recognizing my mic. And did I notice that before I recorded? No. That I used to check that regularly because like something like this will happen, and then as a content creator you get like really paranoid about it. Like right now I can see the little green bar moving on my recording software, and you like start checking it, but then you like slack off. It's just like if you have like you lose a save file to like a corruption and you don't have a backup or a recent backup, and you're like, well, I don't have a recent backup, and so like you start backing up religiously, and then like 6 months later you're like, what about backups? That's kind of where we're at. So, and I talked a little bit about this on the Discord, so if you're not part of that community, the link is in the description. Come hang out. The idea is to essentially show the footage I recorded, but make myself right now a little bit bigger. It might be a little weird. You probably see my arms flailing about behind me, or maybe I'm not sure. Maybe with the green screen and it being a separate image, it'll just take over, and I could just sit here as if. But more doing a commentary because I remember at the end of the day what happened, but I don't remember what happened in the games. So trying to do a bit of a commentary there, it's probably going to be weird, and I think there's a little bit of like mental hesitation on my part about that, because I'm really just disappointed, and I don't think I have a save file beforehand, and I don't want to replay the games because I don't think that's authentic. So I'm either going to do that or just talk about it. And I'd like your thoughts on that. You know, because it was, is it Europa League? It was some continental competition. I think it's honestly, it's been that long since I've like literally opened the game. So that's what's been going on. We've been cranking away with Relegation Ranger. That's going to continue. But I'm almost out of content from that one night where I recorded like 7 episodes at once. So we'll see how that goes. And then finish up with Inter Miami, and then obviously move on to another club regardless of what happens with Inter Miami. Or I could have used the word that Merriam-Webster now recognizes, which is like, is that peak 2020 or what? They've started recognizing irregardless, which is not a word. I refuse to use that word. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on. I'm a little, this is not a cry for help or anything like that. It's just I'm letting you know what's going on, because I used to be like really consistent, like every single day there was a video out, and that hasn't happened in the last week or so. We've lost some patrons, which is a little disappointing, but I understand, like, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so this is not a guilt trip, but I feel like I have to say that, like, that's, it's just like there's a lot going on. I haven't really left my house and a little bit into town, like to get groceries and whatever, in like, just like you, hopefully, like in months. And I would really like to just take a trip somewhere, like just go to the mountains, because it's cooler in the mountains. Like I mentioned, it's like unbelievably hot here. So, I've thought about if I can get motivated enough to like put together an experiment, because I think this is the time of the year in Football Manager for experiments to go well. But I would also, there's going to be lots of this. I'd like your thoughts on, if I was going to do another save between now and who knows when FM21 is going to come out. Is it going to come out in the normal time frame? Is it going to be pushed back because of the universe, right? Like, does it come out late October, early November, or is it later? Hopefully on schedule, but I feel bad for Miles and the team. Like that, this is crazy. I mean, obviously in the grand scheme of life, generating a video game is small in comparison to humanity existing. But you know, is there something else that you'd want to see, or is there stuff for FM21 that you'd want to see? I'd like to get your thoughts on that. I just want to do a bit of a ramble a little bit on MLS is back. I tweeted about this last night. I flicked it on because it was back and I wanted to see what they had done, right? Because you've got Bundesliga, English Premier League, La Liga, you got all these back, and my channels don't provide me La Liga or Serie A. Okay, so I've seen Bundesliga and the English Premier League on my actual television. And, you know, like take the English Premier League, right? They've got on the actual broadcast piped in crowd noise, but if you don't want that, you can go to the website and stream it for free. I think you could stream it, whether it's free or not, I'm not sure. And get no crowd noise, which is kind of cool. I kind of like the crowd noise. I didn't think I would, but it feels too much like a scrimmage otherwise, in my opinion. But I think that's minor. What really bothered me about MLS is back that started last night, aside from the fact that they've had one team have to drop out because they have like 9 or 10 positive COVID tests, and Nashville FC, that's FC Dallas, and the Nashville FC has got, I think, 8, and they're probably going to get dropped out. 1, because it's a horrible idea, and 2, because managing a tournament with 24 teams is easier than 25, because they had 26 and then FC Dallas dropped out, right? So it's kind of like, hey, Nashville, bloop, get rid of you, right? But you had months, like they've been talking about this for a while, right? Like going back and forth with the players union to like come to some sort of agreement on how they can have a season, which I totally get. That takes a while, right? But you knew you were going to have something, and you knew it was going to be in like a tournament format, in like the bubble, the safety bubble in Orlando or whatever. You had time to make it feel like a real game. And instead what they did is they've got a field and they put digital advertising on the broadcast on one camera angle. So I'm not going to put it up here. That's why I just randomly picked one of the backgrounds I've had for one of my intros here. It was jarring, I felt. Like when you've watched the English Premier League and the Bundesliga, in the stands, they've got tifos, essentially. Like, it looks like vinyl coverings over the seats to be like, there are seats here, but no one's here. Unlike the South Korean League, which is putting mannequins and other types of dolls in the stands, which is, what were you thinking? So it's like, hey, there's seats here, but our supporters are behind us, and like, I could be wrong, but I think some of those like coverings of the seats are like from the supporters groups, like tifos, essentially. Even if they're not, even if it's like a corporately done thing by the clubs, it looks like a game environment. And again, I'm not going to show it because of copyright issues, so I highly recommend you go like Google MLS is back, like hashtag MLS is back, TV ad or Adidas logo. Now, let me explain what happened if you haven't seen this. So essentially, imagine you're watching a game and you've got the main, you know, like the main TV spot where the camera goes back and forth this way, right? Like you're watching the game. But on the center circle, they didn't paint it on the field. They've added it digitally. They added the Adidas, or maybe you prefer Adidas, logo. It wasn't even centered. Like, it was like, you know, if this is the circle, it was like a little bit, I mean, it fit within the circle, but it was like, instead of being dead center, it was like a little bit higher. It looked weird. And like that, I'd be like, like sometimes you see that like with like, I don't know, like college, American college football, they'll have like, you're in the red zone and it's like powered by Honda generators, but then it goes away. So like maybe they were thinking that, but like it was there all the time. It wasn't centered. at least for the portion I saw. Maybe they fixed it. What was worse is where the stands would be, and you realize this is not like an actual stand, right? Like this isn't at Burnley Stadium or Orlando City Stadium. This is like some random field in Orlando on like the Disney property. So there's no stands to actually cover with like tifos. Is they put up like if normally the stand would be like this, right? You get your seats going away from the field. Here we go. Field seats. Yeah. They put virtual digital advertising like this because what's really there is a blue board. Like in reality, like what the players on the pitch are seeing is it looks like a blue construction site, and it's just like a tall, 20 feet tall blue board, and they've added a virtual set of advertisements to it, but done such a poor job. Honestly, like it felt like one of two things. It felt like a really bad Twitch stream where like somebody has like added their own graphics to something, because you had like actual players and actual football being played on the pitch, and then this unrealistic looking digital advertising. Or it looked like a crazy version of Football Manager where you're like, well, those ads don't look great, but it's a video game, right? But man, that match engine looks amazing. That's literally what you thought. And what was even more jarring is when they would cut to like this, like, down in the corner, the sideline view, the replay or whatever, you could see, hey, there's no Adidas logo on the middle, and there's what the background looks like. And to me, it made the replays even more jarring, where you're like, oh wow. Like, I get that MLS needed advertising revenue. They're running a business and they haven't had half of their season. So like, you go get your money. Why couldn't you have used the money to paint something on the pitch? Is it because it's like an artificial turf? Like, you're telling me you couldn't make so much money that you couldn't pay Disney to like put a different field down after you were done? You couldn't put actual logos up on that. You built the blue wall. Put logos there. It was and I can't remember exactly what I said on Twitter, but it's like it's like you had months, like to get tifos in from supporters groups, to hang those up, to throw in some logos, and it just was like, it was so Bush League. Like, it's so like, we're a professional. Like, they are the only men's professional team sport that I'm aware of that's playing right now on TV. They beat the NBA back. Obviously, the NFL's not in season. They're, whatever. Like, MLB really whiffed at an opportunity to like revive their sport by arguing about the number of games. So this is a great opportunity for MLS, and like, that's the products you put. Like, it was just like, oh, that's so America soccer. Like, that's just what it felt like, to be honest with you. And it has nothing to do with the crowd noise. So I don't know. It was like 7 minutes on MLS, but maybe it's because we're playing with Inter Miami right now in relegation Rangers. So that's what's going on. This video is going to come out late because I'm recording it in the morning, and I got to edit it and upload it for you all. I'm doing my best. It's just, there's been a lot of stuff kind of weighing me down. I'm busy at my actual job, and I will, I maybe I'm just going stir crazy. Maybe you're experiencing the same thing. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Not, again, this isn't like, let me get out my little violin and pity party for GHG. I'm not saying that. I just wanted to explain what was going on. We may bring back a Stellaris stream or something like that in the future, as I feel like it. So make sure you check out Discord and follow me on Twitter, because that's typically where I announce those things. And I hope to have Reggio Adace back on track hopefully tomorrow, based on the comments on this video, and we'll see how it goes, and I can record like how we're going to do that, whether that's me recording over the recording or me just describing what happened and showing maybe highlights. But I think it's more impactful if we go through the whole game, so I'm leaning towards doing that. I hope you're well at the end of the day, right? Like, this is a video game entertainment channel, and in the grand scheme of life, it's pretty small, right? So I hope you're doing well. We're gonna keep plugging through this. I'm jealous of you countries that know how to wear masks. I'll say that. So, my friends, thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you back tomorrow. See ya.